everybody. His Nibs here on a warm August afternoon. I just want to do a little video today on YAFA's Omniflex Nib. Now these were created for their Conklin line of pens, but they've also produced the same nib unmarked, which is a number 6 nib basically, and will fit Monteverde pens, for instance, or Chinese pens that I carry that take a number 6 nib. So this is a look at the two versions, the chromed and the black. And in the next scene of the video, I'll demonstrate how they work. And it's a nice little alternative for your nib collection, along with your stubs and your extra fines. And anyway, take a look as I press the stop button. Okay, so looking at the unmarked Omniflex nib from YAFA, I put one on a Monteverde giant sequoia, and this would be the chromed steel nib. And then here we have on a Monteverde Invincia Nebula the black version of the nib. Again, these are unmarked, unlike the Conklin ones. And get a little closer. Here we go. And you can see, hopefully, if I press up here, how the tines fairly easily separate, allowing for the line variation. So that's very similar to a typical calligraphy nib such as this. And as this has some ink on it at the moment, I'm not going to spread the tines, but I'll write with it in a moment. So here I have a Monteverde Prima, which I've put one of the Omniflex nibs on and also filled with ink. So let me just give you an idea of what that looks like. So pressing down, as with a typical calligraphy nib, you get a wider line. No pressure across, you get a thinner normal line. So you can actually use this as a regular nib if you don't apply any pressure. However, if you do apply pressure, and what you've seen is I applied too much pressure. So we got what's called railroading, where the ink flow didn't keep up with the width of the separated tines. So you're going to have to get a feel for your individual Omniflex nib as to how much pressure you can apply to prevent that. It just takes a little practice. A little hard for me to do in front of the camera with the camera in my way. And here's a typical calligraphy nib. And again, there's the railroading because I pressed too hard. And again, so this actually takes even less. Let me get some more ink in there. Dip some more ink. There we go. So this typical calligraphy nib, dip pen nib, will not retain much ink. Okay. Well, this is a lousy demonstration because I'm not putting enough ink in when I dip. It's a little bit better. Anywho, that's really not what I wanted to show you because I'm not selling you potentially a dip pen nib. Here on Monteverde Invincia Rose Gold Deluxe, I have the 1.2 millimeter stub nib, just as comparison. So here, the line variation with the stub is produced by the cut of the nib. So if we were going straight up and down, it would be thicker. And again, I'm applying no pressure with this, and then across would be thinner. So that's a stub nib. And I shouldn't have left that uncapped. And it's the wrong pen, which is why it's not writing, because there's no ink in there. Versus the Omniflex nib, where to get the thicker line, you do indeed press down to separate the tines. So this is sort of a discombobulated video. Sorry about that. But hopefully you have an idea of what the Omniflex nib can do. Again, for use in these Monteverdes or other, for instance, Chinese pens that take a number 6 nib that I can put these in. They are unmarked and unbranded. The Omniflex nibs for the Conklin series of pens do have the Conklin nib imprints. So thanks for watching, and hope this was helpful.